May is ending this weekend with a big blue moon. How's that going to be for your sign? Well, let's find out. Get ready, everybody. It is time for the freaking weekend. Welcome, everybody. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV. And when you see that singing bowl in the middle of the screen, you know it's time for what? That's right, the freaking weekend. Hell yeah. Raise your hands in the air and swing them like you just don't care. I'll tell you why, okay? Because if you are new to the channel, welcome. This is the freaking weekend where we pull your sign out of the singing bowl and we get a vibe check for the weekend. That's right. Why are we getting so much shadow over here? What the hell is going on? No time to fuck around with it. Okay, so welcome everybody. We got that huge blue moon happening Sunday, the second one of this month, and we're leaving. We started off with the full moon in Scorpio, and we're leaving with one in Sagittarius. Holy shit. Make sure you go ahead and check out the Sagittarius blue moon live that I did Thursday. Beautiful meditation. You can get your free Sagittarius full moon guide too, so check that out. All right, so enough promo, let's go. All right, so let's do it. You know how we do. We don't get very involved. If you want to get involved, you want to watch the midweek reset. That's where we get all the vibe. But this is just fun, light, unless the message is heavy. You know how that shit works. Okay, so let's begin. Oh shit, I dropped one out of the, I dropped one out of the bowl, but it's Gemini. That's a first. Never had that happen before. Let's put you on the board, Gemini, and then we're going to go and pick up that other one and put it back. So welcome, Gemini, to your freaking weekend. That one was Sagittarius, so we're putting you back in. Moon's in your sign, so we're going to put you back in. And of course, Gemini and Sagittarius are opposites from each other, so a very interesting little side note there. All right, Gemini, welcome. Let's go ahead and do the freaking weekend for you. So glad you are here. Let's do it. What do we have for Gemini? Is that it? Yeah. Did you guys get these cards for the midweek reset? I'm almost, maybe? All right, really quick. The Seven of Swords is deception of some sort, okay? Strength. This could be self-deception or other people's deception. I don't know, however you interpret it. The Strength card, beautiful energy. You're strong enough to get through whatever's going through here. And the Two of Cups is about a relationship, significant relationship or opening up to one. This full moon, of course, is happening in your 7th house of, guess what? Relationships. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get some oracles. Wow. So there could be some self-deception about you not being strong enough for a relationship, or you may be thinking that this relationship isn't strong enough to last. Questions to ponder. Maybe you've got to release that. Releasing self-doubt and all of that. Wow. All right, those want to come out? Okay, fine. Interesting, yeah. Perfect time to release with this full moon. With the Six of Cups, I guess there's two messages here with the Six of Cups. Simply love, just love. And it's also maybe something from the past. I would say definitely because the sacral chakra is out. Very interesting. That is what brings you joy and what doesn't. It's also childhood trauma too. Now look, the orange and the Strength card are in the same color field. So that is telling me that maybe because of something in your childhood, you've got commitment issues maybe. Basically, this weekend, all you got to do is just breathe. That's all. Just breathe, baby. That's all you got to do. And of course, release some bullshit from the past. What's going on here? Why is the camera washing out? I'm telling you. Let's fix it. Let's see what's going on here, huh? Let's see what's going on. Will that help it a little? I don't know. I can't figure it out. I don't know if... All right, we'll try that. Okay, we'll try that. All right, so let's look at relationships. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Wow. All right. King of Pentacles and the Lovers. Interesting. So again, we got the Two of Cups and the Lovers really reinforcing this full moon energy for this weekend. You know, the King of Pentacles is somebody that's successful. So focus on a successful relationship, open up to a stable one. Maybe that's what you're wondering. Is this stable enough to last? You know, it could be the male in your life. Maybe they're having doubts or something like that. Maybe it's daddy issues, you know, whatever. But definitely something here is going on with your relationship. So let's get some of our new oracles and see. I think there's one more in there. Ooh, okay. There we go. All right. Interesting. Tolerating abuse. Any kind of abuse is not okay. Yo, deserve someone who treats you well. I think it means you. Again, love these fucking cards that you get, you know, and who's spell checking these? Yo, you deserve someone who treats you well. We can put it that way. But, you know, it's kind of, I don't know. Maybe this is something from your past or whatnot that allows you to tolerate abuse of some sort. Again, it aligns with relationships of all sorts. So it could be verbal abuse, mental, you know what I'm saying? Then we have this, lust, not love. Passion isn't the same as lasting love. Don't get sucked in just by good sex. Oh my God. Gemini, this seems a very specific message for some of you. I'm almost getting a little uncomfortable. I don't know how to handle that. But, you know, a personal reading would probably do you some good. So if you're feeling this and wondering what the fuck to do, get a hold of me. Okay? So let's get the another new oracle. Man, Gemini, I don't know. Which one? I think all of them. Okay. Wow. We're going through all of them. Reading old texts just like a novelist. Sentimentality, cringe, obsession. Again, some of you could be obsessing about the past. You need to release that. Maybe that's the whole thing. You just can't let go of the past. Maybe this is past traumas for you and you keep bringing them up into your new relationship and you're like, why? All right. Tears. What tears? Denial, emotional leak, and pretense. So don't deny yourself that release. Wow, this is very, very specific. And enlightened for 4 hours. Spiritual high, you need a reality check. You know what I mean? Just because you watched the full moon live last night doesn't mean that, you know, oh, okay. You got to do the work, all right? You got to do the work, and that is releasing for you, okay? So let's get a closing message because we've said probably more than we should have. You know what I mean? I don't know, Gemini. Again, full moons are a time for release. So your closing message for this weekend is, you are talented and fucking amazing. That's right. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. That enlightened for 4 hours kind of goes with that too. I just heard something great on TikTok while your fucking relationships are falling apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be aware of that. All right, Gemini, that is going to do it for your very uncomfortable freaking weekend. Maybe it won't, because again, if you look at the lighter side of this, maybe you've done the work and you're allowing more joy and you're finding out that your strength is persevering and so is the relationship. Okay. So on the positive note, yeah, I mean, that's what we focus on. Okay. All right. So Gemini, thank you so much. I love you all. Let's take you off the board and see let's give these a shuffle because, you know, we had that one fall out. Oh, this bitch wanted to come out. Virgo. Virgo, welcome to your freaking weekend. Okay. Let's put you on the board. Yeah, we did it already, Jeff. Okay. Jesus. Little excited. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm picking up on your energy, all right? So welcome, Virgo. Let's see what we got for you this weekend. This full moon in Sagittarius is bringing to light things in your 4th house. So we could be dealing with some shit at home. And it looks like quite a lot of shit. But I'm going to tell you this. Everything is indicative on you not focusing on chaos. With the Tower card here, definitely. What the fuck is going on with this light? I usually have all of this all set. I don't get it. So yeah, the Tower looks very dark. The Tower is telling us, let's see if it, all right, that washes it out. So we don't want to do that. We're just going to go there. Okay. So the Tower is focusing on shit that drives us crazy. Look at that. Now it's just going to wash out. So pay attention to that. Okay. It's very important that you put your focus into things that are going to pay off and things that you can't control. You know what I mean? Again, it's about control. So be aware of that. All right. First of all, the Queen of Swords cuts all cords, speaks her truth. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm having these fucking problems. I'm telling you. Usually this is all set. Really good. Now the camera's just washed out. All right, there we go. Or maybe. Totally looks different over here. So, Queen of Swords cuts all cords from the past, especially from shit that no longer serves you. That's very important for you to understand, okay? And now we've got the King of Cups. Regulate your emotions. Again, don't let all this chaos interrupt your weekend. In fact, let go of the chaos. And the Eight of Wands is things moving fast, but you got to speak your truth and you got to regulate your emotions. Don't get emotionally involved. But this looks pretty good because the Eight of Wands is positive movement forward. So very, very, very good. So again, this week could have been chaotic, but are you going to put your focus on it? Are you going to let your emotions get to the best of you, or are you going to breathe? You know what I mean? Let's see. All right, there we go. Got a card fly all the way over here. Allow the go with the flow with the universe this weekend, okay? Let the universe inspire you to tell you where to go. The Seven of Pentacles is put time and focus into things that pay off. Yeah, that's a reinforcement. Why focus on all the chaos when you can just go, everything works out in my favor, you know? And Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, dreams coming true. So again, we're working towards that by regulating our emotions, being patient. Can you do that? Of course you can. Of course you can. All right. It's, again, where are you putting your focus? Where are you putting your focus? I see a lot of Virgos gardening this weekend too. Doing some, even if it's just planting some fucking flowers, you know what I mean? Go plant some flowers. All right, let's look at relationships. Holding back. Again, the Queen of Swords is out in the reading saying you gotta say something. The Hermit is go within. So this is kind of like a take it easy kind of energy this weekend. Queen of Pentacles is, you know, I got this. I'm solid. Get outside and ground. Again, heavy nature influence, so go ahead and indulge yourself in nature. That's the best thing you can do right now. So let's look at singles and relationships. These cards can be pretty brutal. I've already seen some editing errors that nobody caught. Okay. So ooh. All right, so what do we got here? Interesting. We got a few. Let's go through them. Lone wolf. Are you really a loner, or are you afraid of loving someone who could hurt you? Interesting. And we've got the Hermit here. Very interesting. Oh, we're not done yet. Being guarded. Well, you getting called out. You are lonely because you're so aloof. Trust others and let them into your heart. All right, you understand what's going on here, right? Okay. And demanding. You set impossible standards for your partner to meet. Be less demanding. Wow. You got called out. Okay. So let's move on. Yikes. I wouldn't expect anything less from a full moon, okay? Especially a blue moon. You know, it's every 2 to 3 years we get one. So here it is. So what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Do we just have one? Yes. And it's overstimulated in public. Okay, so that could be the Hermit card, the lone wolf thing, noise, panic, sensory, bombardment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it. But then again, you got to get a little strength. We are social beings, so there's no way around this. You know what I mean? So being a loner, does it work? To an extent, sure, but you're lonely. All right, so let's go ahead and get a closing message for you, loves. Let's see. Oh, okay. Whatever you are thinking about, don't do it. Oh, now is not the fucking time. Yeah. So what this is you got to release something. This full moon is bringing something to light for you that you know you need to release. Again, maybe the demands, maybe being a lone wolf and being guarded. We got to let that go in order for things to follow through. You know what I mean? Maybe you want to jump into a relationship and you're not ready for it because of this situation. You see what I'm saying? So Virgo, that is going to be your freaking weekend. Now, to summarize it, listen, sure, the full moon brings about really chaotic situations. However, all right, it's your job to either let them get to you or not. You know what I mean? But I think communication is also important for you at this time. So just be aware of that, Virgo, all right? I love you all. Let's take you off the board and see who's next. And it's Leo. All right, Leo. Welcome to your freaking weekend. Let's do this. Again, moving and trucking right along because that's what we do. All right? Let's get it for Leo. Fellow kings and queens, welcome. Let's see what the freaking weekend brings for us. This is happening, this full moon is happening in our 5th house of love and romance and joy and all of that. So let's put this together. Interesting. All right. First of note, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles is out. That shows not only stable energy, but what it also brings is a sense of kind of like a kindred relationship. I don't want to say a soulmate or anything, but when the king and queen of the same suit come out in a 78 card deck, that's significant. So again, a significant relationship. The devil shows, do you have your blindfold on for this relationship? Do you believe that you can have a significant relationship if you're single? Is there something that, if you are in a relationship, that needs to be taken care of that you're not looking at? The 6 of Swords is saying, coming out of that stormy water. I think for a lot of single Leos, I think the time is now to kind of change the way that you look at things and welcome in this new relationship. As far as this weekend looks, it looks like you're on the right course. You're steering the right course. You know what I mean? Like you're navigating this. Just don't be tempted to not. You know what I mean? Like nurture yourself this weekend. Enjoy the vibe. You know what I mean? Don't be tempted to go back to old ways of thinking, because that 6 of Swords always points to that. Maybe you thought that, oh, well, the relationship I had, you know, that's all I had and I won't have it again. Bullshit. All right. Now, the Hangman. Yeah, you're stuck in a perspective here that needs to change. All right. So again, this is showing, don't be tempted to be stuck in a shitty perspective. The 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving. This is reciprocating energy. So only focus on that. Another 6. Okay? Wow. Let's look at relationships. This is interesting. This is interesting because I've been talking about this the last few readings, so they've all kind of connected, you know? So make sure that you check out past readings to kind of see what that is. What's that all about? All right. Interesting. All right. Don't turn your back on an opportunity here when it comes to relationships. Again, don't be foolish being stuck in a perspective. There's a match out there for you. Don't be stuck in a perception that you're stuck in, like if you're in a relationship, you're stuck in this weird kind of time loop. There's things to, again, an offer's coming in. Something's up, Leo. I can't even verbalize it. You know what I'm saying? Ace of Pentacles, again, an opportunity comes and it's with the Pentacles, the King and Queen. What the fuck is going on here? Because your midweek reset was kind of like the same thing. And the Four of Wands, beautiful energy. This is harmony at home. This is celebrating marriage. Maybe some of you are getting married, maybe getting engaged. Maybe you're afraid to do that. Wow, what the hell, Leo? And if this brings up love, and it does, and the full moon is focusing on love, because it focuses on our fifth house of giving and receiving love. Okay, let's get oracles for singles and yeah. Interesting. These cards are interesting. They're very interesting. Self-neglect. Oh dear. You are neglecting your own needs in relationship. Practice self-care. Okay, yeah. In order for this to work, I see that. So for a lot of you Leos, you're neglecting yourself for the benefit of everybody else. And we do that. We do that a lot, you know? Criticizing. Ooh, we do that a lot too. Criticizing your partner is driving them away. Focus on their good qualities. Yeah. And you could be, you know, as far as singles go, you could be self-neglecting yourself by criticizing, saying, that's it. I'm not going to meet the one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just negativity. Getting crumbs. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. That's some truth. I really like that deck. It's brutally honest, but it's good. It really is. All right, let's get a clue. No, we're getting... I forgot. We're getting some... Jesus. I love new decks, but they are so new that they just slide around. And then I bitch because they're all used. All right. Yeah, this is it, Leo, right here. Replaying the breakup. Mental loops, guilt over analysis. This is what we need to release. And that creates that whole loop of self-neglect, criticizing, all of that. Holy fuck, man. I'm telling you. God damn. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Leo. Whew. Wow, that's some profound shit. I wouldn't expect anything different from a full moon weekend, okay? Closing message, Leo. You are... Focus. You are the best thing to ever happen to you. You're goddamn right. Go easy on your ass. Buy your own damn drink. That's right. That's right. And you don't need crumbs. I love this. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. And I don't say wait. You know what I mean? And then you see this person, the ship coming in, and then you see this person driving the ship. I'm telling you, Leo, and you heard it here first. Boom skis. Something's up. Just when you least expected it. But you got to get rid of your bullshit, all right? So that's very important for you to do that. And I'm taking note of that too. And if I meet somebody, I'm going to let you all know, all right? So, Leo, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Again, oof. Pay attention to the messages here. You know what I mean? That's full moon magic right there, if I've ever seen it. And open up to it. Stop criticizing your relationships. You know what I mean? Stop letting this happen. Okay? All right, Leo, thank you so much for watching. Let's take you off the board and let's see who's next. Let's give it a shuffle. And we've got Scorpio. Welcome, Scorpio. Welcome to your freaking weekend. Let's do it. Scorpio, this full moon is happening in your second house. So what's your beliefs? What beliefs can change on the value you put on yourself? About money, about lack versus abundance, all of that. So let's see what's going on here. Interesting. Oh boy. All right. Wow. All right. So we got Nine of Swords, anxiety and uncertainty. Okay. The Two of Cups, relationship, dealios, also with yourself, relationship with yourself. And this is the Four of Wands. This is harmony. This could be things going on at home. This could be maybe some anxiety about home in some way. Okay. Maybe wanting a home or something like that. And I don't know, maybe the full moon is bringing that up, you know, like it's all about value. Okay. So be aware of that. Maybe it's time for you to just get together with other people and kind of find things to take your mind off the anxiety, release the anxiety this weekend, and just open up to harmony and, you know. Wow, interesting. Another 4. Don't turn your back on an opportunity here to get rid of this. And base chakra is survival, fight or flight. And I think you need to ground. Definitely ground. Okay? Ground this weekend. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's get relationships, because the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands is definitely... Maybe you got so much going on this weekend you don't know where to start, and maybe you just want to stay home. Nope. The universe is going, you got better things to do than just sit there. Or maybe it's just time for you to do that. All right, listen. Let's drop the fear of failure and indecision. There's an opportunity here. Wow, we're putting some angel numbers on the board. We got the High Priestess. Trust your intuition, Scorpio. Absolutely. You're strong enough. Take your power back. Another 4 with the Emperor. Holy shit. And the 8 of Wands, things will move swiftly. Okay, so we've got 222 on the board. And we've got 444, protection and stability. Wow. Great deep messages for this freaking weekend. Wow. The 2s and the 4s have it. Let me know if you've been seeing those numbers this week. Kind of preparing you for this. You know what I mean? That'll kind of clarify the messages here for you. All right, let's get some more messages. Is that it? Yep. And it's 2. Yeah. Too much. You tell others too much about yourself all at once. Sit back and listen more. You sipping too much. You know, too much information. It happens. I do that. I'll spill my whole life story within the first half an hour of meeting you. Okay. And unsocial. You need to get out and mingle with new people so you can meet someone. All right. So again, be social. Again, the universe says, no, only maybe you're finding the balance of, you know, that alone time and being with other people. I think being with other people right now would be good for you. Okay. So let's get some more oracles. Yeah, the fear of failure and the indecision has to go. Fear of failure, anxiety. Yeah, Virgo got this too. Overstimulated in public. Noise, panic, sensory bombardment. Maybe that's what's going on. Even looking at that card makes me fucking wacky. You know what I mean? But again, can we control it? That's the thing. Can you control it? Can you keep, things in balance for you? I think you can. All right, let's get a closing message for you, loves. And woo. Closing message is ask a fucking expert. Maybe it's time to see a counselor or something like that. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. Okay, so if you're overloaded, maybe you got to talk to a professional about it. But I would consult the professional inside of you. Don't leave that person out either. All right, Scorpio? Okay, so that is your freaking weekend. Wow. It's saying, yes, we understand that you get overloaded. You know, people drive you nuts. But it's really important to establish good harmony in relationships. And putting yourself out there and keeping yourself grounded is the only way to do it. And pay attention to 222 and 444. You're protected. You have, again, feet on the ground and focus on balance and harmony. All right? Damn, Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching. Let's take you off the board and see who's next. And it's Libra. The opposite of Aries. Let's see, Libra, there we go. Welcome, Libra, to your freaking weekend. Let's get these cards ready for you and see what the hell is up. This full moon is shedding some light on your communication issues. Maybe this is a good time to plan. You could be a focus on your siblings, your brothers and sisters, that kind of thing. But communication is key for you at this time, Libra. What can you release that stops you from communicating effectively? All right. So let's see. Anything else? Nope, that's it. All these cards are face down except for this one. And the Magician wants to show you that, well, you create the weekend that you want. So what are you putting your focus on? Yep. And it's judgment. Release judgment from others. Release judgment from yourself. And the Queen of Cups is kind of go with the flow. Trust your intuition this weekend. Again, life is what you make it. And it's a definite reminder this weekend for you. Okay, so even if you want to do something out of the norm, don't let anybody judge you or anything like that. You know, maybe you just need some time at home to kind of wind down. Don't let anybody judge you. Okay, release the judgments that maybe you felt this weekend. I mean, this week also. Okay, so let's get some oracles to add to it. Again, we just stack the reading and just add these layers to it, and it comes up with a pretty damn good picture of what's going on. So I'm glad you're here. Yeah, the Three of Swords is a choice. You're holding on to something here. Again, this keeps you in sadness and isolation, you know, and then we just have this loop. Again, where are you putting your focus on? Going with the flow and believing in succeeding? Well, there's your choice this weekend. There's the Magician. You got this choice. How's that working for you? And you got this. How's that working for you? You know what I mean? So which one are you going to choose, Libra? Again, you always seem to get some kind of thing you got to balance out or choose. No pressure, though, right? No pressure. No pressure, Libra. None whatsoever. But make the weekend you want. Not this. That's what you need to release. That's what the full moon is kind of showing you. You know, don't isolate yourself. Speak. Get out there. Travel. Maybe some traveling. Yeah, look at the Justice card is saying, you choose. There you are. Let go of self-deception or other people's deceptions or anything like that. Again, it's a choice to focus on this. It's a choice. All right? Let's look at the new oracle, singles and relationships, and see what we have. Let's see, what do we have? Okay. First one, burned out. You feel emotionally burned out right now. Retreat and recover before continuing. So some of you Libras, that's what you're going to do this weekend. Kind of release that burnout. Take care of yourself, absolutely. And rejection. Pay attention to this. Build confidence by exploring what others value in you through dating or other social interactions. You're a very social sign. So again, you got to build confidence. Again, that ties into the whole Judgment card. I like these cards. At first I thought they were a little harsh, but I actually like them. Because they kind of speak in my language, you know? I knew I resonated with these cards. Speaking of cards, let's get some new ones, okay? All right, can't sleep, might spiral, overthinking, emotional overload. Okay, so this is where we need to get outside and ground. Again, release this. Focus on positive energy, absolutely, and release the negative, of course. Seen, never replied, ghosted again, rejection, silence, and confusion. Okay, so again, the rejection is strong here. Are we going to focus on that, or are we going to balance this energy out? Release it. I'm telling you, the big thing is set yourself free from all of that. All right? Let's get a closing message for you, Libra. And see what we have. Oh. Interesting. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need some fucking time alone, and you know why. All right. So again, this is like when I first said, hey, we need to communicate. You know what I mean? And my son's a Libra, and he's calling me right now. Anyway, very interesting here. So again, maybe you got to recoup this weekend. I say get out and ground. Make sure you go ahead and check out the live that we did Thursday, okay? That's going to be very beneficial for you. All right, so let's take you off the board, Libra. Again, it's a good time for healing for you. You know what I mean? And again, part of the healing is realizing, do I need to focus on this? Can I just let this go? You know, very interesting. All right, Libra, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. You take care of you, boo, okay? So let's go ahead, and we took you off the board, and let's see who's next. All right, let's see who's next, and it's, almost was a tie there. It's Capricorn. Welcome, Capricorn, to your freaking weekend. Let's put you on the board, shall we? Let's do it. Happy full moon. Happy full moon. Hope it's a good one for you. This is happening in your 12th house, so getting rid of some bullshit in the background that's been playing for far too long would be very beneficial for you. Okay? So that's eliminating the negative self-talk, the old patterns. So maybe this full moon is putting some light on things that need to go, that old programming. Maybe doing a defrag of the mind. Defrag of the mind. Let's see. Let's get the vibe for you this weekend. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. That one wants to stay. That one wants to stay. Anything else? Little chaotic energy I'm feeling from you guys. A little bit of chaos here. Don't know what that could be, but it's... yeah. All right. It's your move this weekend. I'm going to tell you that. There's also the Five of Cups is wasting your energy. That's what this full moon is kind of shining light on. And it's time to put it to rest. You could literally need some rest this weekend. Again, Knight of Cups is saying it's your move. I like the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups here. This is kind of like there's an offer to let go of this energy. There's an offer to get some rest. You know? There's an opportunity here to breathe some fresh air into this kind of... I don't know, emo energy, I guess I would call it. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. But again, maybe an offer comes in, I want you to take it, okay? I want you to take it. Wow, lots of oracles here. They got a lot to say. All right, so... the Devil card, there's you. You got to master whatever's going on inside of you. And here's some chakras to balance out. Go with the flow. That's a big thing for you this weekend, and speak your truth. If you're just not down, you got to say so. Okay? How am I going to fucking put all these on the board? All right, I'll do this. There we go. We'll do that. In the meantime, again, just breathe. Breathe. Just breathe. Another 4. Put in the work into you, the things that need to be done. It'll bring new vitality. Again, I think with proper rest and again, learn some breathing techniques too. I'm into that too, like deep breathing. I think it's Wilhelm or something like that. Breathing technique. Check that out. But there's a lot to unpack here. We got 2 4s, we got 2 5s. But, stop wasting your energy. We got the 9 of Wands is resilience, but again, a lot's going on here for this fucking reading. Jesus. Yeah, self-deception. Got your walls up. We need to fix that. We need to master that. That's what we can let go of. Again, some alone time is necessary for you. Another 9. Wow. King of Cups is regulating your emotions, keeping your calm in the midst of storms, and again, celebrating and relationships. That looks all good, but we've got to master this. You know what I mean? So maybe this week was a little stormy for relationships. Again, that chaotic energy I was feeling. We need to kind of bring it on home and get through this. Really, it's time to get through this. I mean, that's a lot of cards right there. Maybe some alone time will do some good, and then you'll be able to enjoy your relationships. I don't know. Something needs to not be as stagnant as it was before. I'm going to keep that card because it fell out. Okay. All right. Eye candy. Beauty fades. Choose someone for their inner beauty and personality. Okay. Maybe again, you just base everything on looks. This kind of goes with it. Judgment. Don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give them a fair chance. Something's up here, especially when it comes to relationships. Fear of loss. You are afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. Take a chance. Wow. I'm telling you, something's up here. You'll be celebrating, though. There's no doubt about that. But this week probably could have been pretty rough. You know what I'm saying? So just be aware of that. All right. Let's get messages. Ooh. Wow, everyone's getting this. Overstimulated in public, noise, panic, sensory bombardment. Again, this is the kind of energy I was feeling when I grabbed those cards for you. You know what I mean? It's just like, and everybody, I think almost 5 out of the 6 signs got this card. So again, maybe it's time to focus on the simpler things, keep it simple. The KISS method, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's get a closing message for you. Lots to unpack here with this reading. I mean, really. Interesting. Believe what you see. Believe what you see. Capricorn, face reality or live in fucking la la land. Choose bravely. Again, gots to let that go. Capricorn, you've got to let that go. That is going to do it for your freaking weekend. I hope it's good for you. Again, maybe it's just, again, simplify your schedule. You know what I mean? Kind of, let's not sit in any shitty energy. That's the big thing. Okay? Out of all of this, the big thing is don't you sit in that shitty energy. All right, Capricorn? Okay, let's go ahead and take you off the board. Thank you so much for watching, and let's see. All right, who's next? And it's Aquarius. Right on, right on, right on. Welcome, Aquarius, to your freaking weekend. Let's put you on the board. There you are. Boys and girls, welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's get it. Let's see what's up. Okay. That full moon is happening in your 11th house, so this could be a social sign for you. This could be a social weekend for you. 2 of Swords shows me you're very indecisive at this time about what to do. And it seems like you got to make a decision. So with the Queen of Pentacles here, this is like you're strong enough to make this decision, okay? Do this decision for you. You know what I'm saying? And the Wheel of Fortune is luck is on your side, and it's about time. So timing is perfect here. So indecisiveness ain't going to work. Okay. So very important for you to understand right now. Interesting. So take the blindfold off, kind of let the universe guide you with this one, you know, like timing is everything. So don't waste your time being indecisive, you know, release what makes you indecisive. Okay. Maybe you got so many plans and so many friends, you just don't know what the fuck to do. Okay. Find balance. I'm going to put that card right there. Find balance. We've got two aces here. Again, incredible. We got the Ace of Swords, clarity of belief. So speak your truth, maybe messages coming in. And the Ace of Wands, new vitality. I'm telling you, that's the choice I think you need to make. And there's a mid ground you can choose from that. Okay. Let's look at relationships. So again, we got two aces. That's very fortunate. The Wheel of Fortune. So full moon could be very big for you. Maybe we're releasing that indecision. Is that it? Yeah. Look at that. 2 3s. The 3 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. This has got you indecisive. You got to let this go. Whatever this is about heartache, loss, whatever it is, and realigning to yourself. I think something has got you kind of jacked up that you really want. You know what I mean? Well, just open up to it. Let's release this. I don't like to see the 3 of Swords in a relationship part of the reading, you know? So that's probably what's got you out of balance. And then it slides off. You know what I'm saying? It's very weird. All right, let's get some. Interesting. Here's what you got to do this weekend. Holding on. You must release old ties in order to have a fresh start with someone new. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay? Let's get some more. Let's see what else is going on here. Let's see what else. If that's sensory overload. Oh. What's this? It's complicated. Seen 2 days ago. Crying over situationships. Emotional investment and rejection. So, again, maybe we need some clarity of belief here that the situation, that maybe that's what it is. You're holding on to these situationships. You know what I mean? Very telling, very, very telling. These cards this weekend are calling everybody out, even me. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's get a closing message for you, Aquarius. And see, I wouldn't expect anything else from a full moon weekend, you know, especially Sagittarius, where Sagittarius kind of speaks first and asks questions later. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, there we go. Your closing message is love. 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 Get some, give some. It'll cheer your ass up. Okay. All right. The time is right. That new vitality, that Ace of Wands. We call that big wood energy. All right. Aquarius, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Get some. Just don't be crying over that shit. You know what I mean? And this is the big one. You got to let go of whatever you're holding on to. That's a clear full moon prediction for you. But something could work out in your favor. All right? So let's get these cards cleared out before I begin. And let's see. Let's take you off the board, Aquarius. I love you. Have a great weekend. Let's see who's next. And it's Sagittarius. Welcome, Sagittarius, to your freaking weekend. This is all about you, baby. This blue moon is all about you. So let's get the vibe for this weekend for you, shall we? Let's do it. Wow, Jesus Christ. Is that it? Yes, my God, what a chaos. Ugh. The hell are you doing? All right, you have an opportunity here this weekend, and Sagittarius, don't hold back. Okay, you're holding on to some shit. The Four of Pentacles is showing that, and don't. The Page of Cups is saying, listen, lighten up, Buttercup. It's your weekend. Enjoy it. You know what I mean? And shine as brightly as the sun. Get out there and get some sun. Work in the sun. Sunflowers. Again, get out there. Release. Release this weekend. Maybe that's what you need to do to bring that vitality back into your life. Okay? Let's get some oracles. You know how we do. We just stack and stack and stack until we can't stack no more. Did you see the way those flipped out? They flipped out just like that together. Yeah, look at the Sun card again. Wow. Wow, this is your moment here. You keep that attitude up and dreams come true. And you have to keep, this is a very positive reading. Thank God, because everybody's been pretty hard and pretty laborious. You know, it's been daunting this weekend, you know, especially when I say at the beginning, this is a fun, light reading. And then it gets very serious. And I should have known for a full moon that we ain't playing, you know. But for you, Sagittarius, this looks very, very promising. Okay, so let's look at relationships. Where did that card go? Get over here. Let's see. Yeah. All right. The Tower and the Ten of Swords. Let's release. Here we go. Again, the chaos, that's what I was feeling when we got your cards out at first. But I think you're coming out on top because the Ten of Swords is not taking this shit. You're not going to listen to that inner dialogue that just tears you down. The Page of Swords could be a message coming in or you saying, And the two pages, you may have some problems with some of your kids if you have kids or anything like that. But again, this looks, you gotta just keep it sunny, honey. Okay? I like that. Keep it sunny, honey. That's what you gotta do because the end result is wonderful. So maybe it's just been this crescendo of energy buildup for this weekend, you know? Wow, everyone's been getting 3 of these. Okay? Interesting. Indecision. You are afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. And that's what you're holding on to with that Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Very interesting. Too passive. Take initiative to meet someone and to keep the passion ignited. Yeah, very interesting. And again, it comes down to the Four of Pentacles because this person's holding a bouquet of flowers and so is that person. Did I say bouquet? I did. Settling. Don't stay with someone who isn't right for you just because it's safe. Word. You've been called out. It's all right. We got you. We understand, you know? All right, let's get some more. Oh. Ghosted again. Seen and never replied. Rejection, silence, and confusion. Maybe you're holding back. Maybe you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? There's something definitely going on here. All right? So be aware of that. Okay. Let's get a closing message for you, love. And see what is up. So don't settle. Don't hold back. Just shine. That's all you should do. In the midst of all this chaos, just shine. All right, closing message for you, Sagittarius, is detox. Yes, absolutely. Perfect time to do that. Full moon is an excellent time to do that. Drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out. Very good. Very good. Cleaning that life out, making it more enjoyable for you? Absolutely. But I'm telling you, with 2 sun cards here, this is your weekend. So shine as brightly as the sun, like it's your fucking birthday. All right? Okay, so Sag, that's going to do it for your blue moon weekend. I will see you very soon. I love you all. Shine as brightly as the sun, Sag. Okay? Take advantage of this full moon. Let's get you off the board. Let's see who's next. And it's Aries. Welcome, Aries, to your freaking weekend. Let's get these cards ready for you. Oh, boy. Oh boy. All right, let's see. Everyone's got small lawns around here, but this fucking lawnmower has been going since I started recording at like 10:45. Like, what the fuck are you mowing over there? All right. Oh, it just drives me nuts. Okay. Ooh, Aries. Where are we going here? All right. Where is this going? All right, Aries, this full moon is happening in your 9th house of beliefs, patterns, all of that. And I got to tell you this, with the Devil, the 8 of Cups, and the 3 of Swords, you need to really fucking release. Do not be tempted to hold on to this energy, this 3 of Swords energy. It's time to release. Emotional, physical, spiritual, mental, whatever. 8 of Cups is good, though. That kind of shows you, like, letting it go. I would go to the beach if you could. All right? And kind of release there. Oof. Kind of feels heavy. But don't be tempted to sit in it. Release it. So the message for you this weekend, Aries, is don't be tempted to sit in your shit. Release it. Let it go. Find yourself, get something else to do. You know what I mean? Like there's, again, shine as brightly as the sun. Perfect. And dreams coming true. So when we walk away from this and let this go with this full moon energy, everything changes for us. Beautiful. And the full moon's happening in your 9th house. And there we are with number 9. Number 9. Okay. Let's look at relationships, because this is definitely about a relationship situation. And you're just kind of sitting in it for some reason. Let's see. All right. Well, we got the 10 of Cups. That's good. Oh my God. Yeah. Don't be tempted to not focus on the good things. You're focusing on all the bad things. Interesting. It's a choice. With the Devil out like that, Aries, Again, change your beliefs, change your life. Change your thoughts, change your life. It's the same thing, and that's what that full moon's bringing up for you, you know? Get out of your shitty energy. You can do it. You're the only one that can. So if you're relying on somebody else to do it for you, you've lost. You've lost. Interesting. Pay attention to these messages. Not my type. Be open to different types of people, because you may be surprised who you find. This one's important, though. This one is very indicative to this card in the middle here. Walking away. You leave too quickly when things get challenging. Stay and try to work it out. Well, I don't suggest that unless it can be worked out. Only you can understand that. But the 8 of Cups is walking away. I mean, it is literally the same fucking thing. And yes, maybe you do give up too soon because of old hurts. They come rushing in, they trigger something, and it just overwhelms. But for real, for most of you Aries, you've got to walk away from some kind of belief mentality. All right? All right, let's get more messages. This is interesting. No thoughts, just vibes. Disassociation, emptiness, and floating. Yeah. And I think you need to come back down to ground. I think this is what's going on here, is that this is how you walk away from things and it doesn't work. You know what I mean? You just disassociate. You just tune out. You know what I mean? You need to deal with this, whatever this is. Okay? So let's get a closing message for you. And see. Yeah. Closing message is, get the fuck out your head. Get in your heart. It misses you. Absolutely. Instead of disassociating, that's what you need to do. Wow. Aries, we've said it all. Thank you so much. Do this work. It will help you so much. But I'm telling you, a lot of Aries need to just walk away from this shitty energy that you just hold on to. It doesn't need to happen. And if they treat you like shit, it's best to leave than to fucking make it work. Worst advice, stay and make it work. Get the fuck out of there. Oh, wrong button. I got a little excited there. But yeah, Aries, take care of your shit, all right? Let's see who's next, and it's Taurus. Welcome, Taurus, to your freaking weekend. Damn, this full moon is happening in your 8th house. And what's it all about? Healing, healing. Let's get into some healing. Yeah. So let's do this, okay? Let's see, what do we have, Taurus? What do we have for this full moon weekend? Is that it? Yes. Ooh, okay. It's nice to see a positive reading once in a while. Okay, very good. Page of Cups, you get an opportunity to really do something new here. The Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Don't be foolish thinking that you can't have it. But don't be foolish into rushing things in either. Your emotions may do you in. So release that part of you that wants to react first and think later. Okay? Very important for you to understand that. You follow me on that? Okay, good. And because I coughed, you may have something to say too. So just be aware of that. Let's get some oracles for you. But I like that Fool card. I mean, this is, with this full moon energy going on, this could be a time where you could like reset your self, you know, your barometer, your kind of like fixing, restarting. I guess that's what it is. And look at that. The full moon is asking you to heal, and there's the card right there. Break the chains that bind you. Don't be foolish. You got an opportunity here to do that now. Wow. All right, I'm gonna put that right on the singing bowl. Okay, let's look at relationships. I got really excited when that card came out. Really like that. Yeah, the star indicates that. Yes, absolutely. The star's out saying focus on your inner healing. Don't be foolish. This is a great time to do it. Especially old hurts. Yep. Actually, you've been waiting for this moment. So here it is. Take advantage of it. And an opportunity comes this weekend also. Very good. Maybe an apology. Maybe something. Something finishes itself out. I like that a lot. Don't think you got to do this healing alone. Okay? The universe has your back on this, so ask for help. Get your guides and spirits involved, you know. Your guides and your angels. Unsocial. You need to get out and mingle with new people so you can meet someone new. So, you know, you got to heal that part of yourself that just kind of hermits. And I think for a lot of you singles, it's time for you to mingle. All right. So let's get some more messages. That one right there. That one. Over explaining everything. Anxiety, insecurity, and rambling. Yeah. And we're all known to do that once in a while. Maybe some people just shut down, but you may have a tendency to over explain when you really don't need to, because that's kind of triggering something insecure in you. So work on that. Again, this weekend looks like a great time to heal and get yourself out there. All right. So let's get a closing message for you. Okay, here we go. Closing message, Taurus, for you this weekend is some good shit is about to happen. Okay, very good. But don't let your issues fuck it up. That's it right there. That's that whole reading right there for you. All right. So, god damn. Taurus, some good shit's about to happen. Don't over-explain it. Don't, get out there, meet some people, heal. It's a great time to heal right now. The world is your oyster. And the Nine of Cups also said that you can have it happen, so be aware of that. All right? Let's take you off the board, Taurus. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And let's see who's next. And it's Cancer. Welcome, Cancer, to your freaking weekend. Let's get these cards ready. This full moon is happening in your 6th house, so it's bringing things to light that you need to eliminate in your daily routine. What can we 86 from our routine? I'm using a kitchen term there. But 86 the calamari. But what do we need to 86 out of our daily routine, Cancer? So that's what's bringing things to light for you at this time. Is that it? No, one more. Okay, wow, I almost said, and there it is. All right, all these cards are face down except for this one. And that's maybe bringing in some more faith into your daily routine. I got faith that I can do this. 5 of Pentacles is fear of failure. So you got to have faith. 5. Gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. The Page of Wands is an opportunity here to change. So maybe it's just getting out of your emo attitude. This is also an indication of you're taking life way too seriously, okay? And maybe that's what it is. Maybe your fear of failure has you overcomplicating and overdoing things when you should just be going with the flow, all right? Wow, there was only like one reading that was genuinely happy. I think Sagittarius was the only one that was kind of like hopeful. Everybody else has got fucking work to do this week. And, I tried. I really did. I really tried. But what did you expect on a full moon? All right, pay attention to the 2s. Listen to your intuition, Cancer. That's very important for you to do that. And finding balance with the 2 of Pentacles. So things have been out of balance. Don't let that get you down. It's bringing something to your attention. Allow it. Give yourself the grace of that instead of stopping it, okay? Let's look at relationships. Maybe this is relationship based. It feels like it. So let's give these a good shuffle and see. All right, let's do it. Ooh. Well, as far as relationships go, this looks good. Magician, celebrating, creating the life that you want. I'm telling you, with a little faith and releasing fears, this can help you. So again, adding more faith to your routine, getting rid of the fear of failure, that will help. Maybe you wake up with just this, oh God, I hope I get it right today. Well, that's the wrong way to start the day. You know what I mean? So something is telling you to listen to your intuition. It'll bring things into balance for you, and you'll be celebrating, okay? So starting off June good. Yeah. And we've got indecision. You're afraid to make a mistake, so you won't commit either way. Fucking A, man. I love my job. Pay attention to that, Cancer, okay? And incomplete. You want someone who completes you, but you need to be whole on your own. Damn. These cards are fucking nice. They're brutal, but they're nice. I like them. You complete me. You know what I mean? Complete yourself. You're not going to find that person unless you're feeling complete here. Okay? Understand that. All right, let's get a closing message for you, Cancer. Let's see. Maybe that's what's got you out of balance. And you're afraid you won't find somebody because, well, your dough's been bored out. All right, closing message is stop sleeping so damn much, okay? Wake up. You're missing some cool shit. Especially when we're just in this, I call it the Cancer doldrums. Here we are. I'm just going to put my claws around me and protect me, and nope, and I'm going to sleep in the meantime, because if I'm sleeping, I don't have to deal with anything. Well, guess what? Time to wake up, Buttercup. All right, so Cancer, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Indecision, incomplete, creates balance. I mean, things out of balance, I should say. So make sure that you celebrate your wins instead of focusing on your losses that haven't even happened yet. You know, people do that all the time. Here come those irrational thoughts again. Not this weekend. That's what you eliminate. Okay, Cancer? I love you all. Thank you for watching. Let's see who's last but not least. And it's Pisces. Welcome, Pisces, to your freaking weekend. Thank God for those timestamps, eh? And this is happening in your 10th house, Pisces. So, surprise, surprise. The world has more in store for you than you believe. Okay? So, the full moon is giving an opportunity here to release some things about how you look at the world and how you look at yourself and your career and moving forward. So, maybe some deep analysis going on there, but don't worry about it. Opportunities abound, I believe, for you. That's the vibe I'm getting. So let's see what the vibe is this weekend for you. I think June will be a fantastic month for you. All right? Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Number one, it's time to release the judgments. Again, you know, everyone's too judgy, or you judge yourself. You know what I'm saying? I would focus on reciprocating energy, that if you open up to abundance in your life in every form, the universe will respond with that same like energy. And don't give your energy to anybody that doesn't reciprocate on a continuous basis, on a consistent basis, I should say. But there's opportunities here, all right? So don't judge it. You just shine as brightly as the sun right now, okay? So get out there and ground. Keep a positive attitude. Don't let judgment bring you down. Don't let judgment bring you down. You know? Okay. Let's do it. Let's get some more oracles for you. Whoa. All right, here we go. Listen to your intuition. Maybe you should do less talking and listening. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to relationships. Another 6 here. So again, reciprocating energy, good stuff. You know, I love that, the Lover's card. And embrace the opportunities here. Beautiful. I'm telling you, opening up to a wonderful relationship, anything like that, this is good. Don't judge it. Don't complicate it. Finally, that lawnmower is fucking done. Jesus, that was this whole freaking weekend. That lawnmower has been going. It's been driving me nuts. It's like there's nothing you can do about it, Jeff. Why get pissed off? You know. All right, so maybe getting some rest, putting some things to rest, especially when it comes to relationships. Releasing your burdens about relationships too. Why are you carrying so much about that when you really don't have to? You know what I'm saying? And the World card, again. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. Also, this is completing cycles. This is the World. It's 10th house stuff, you know, opening up to possibilities in the world, maybe doing some traveling, something of that sort. So, completing a judgmental circle with some people also. Could be doing that. Interesting. Telling you, I love these new cards. Not talking. You aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. This is very important right now. This is probably the most important thing for you right now, Pisces, okay? You have to do that. As uncomfortable as it is, you will feel so much better when you do, okay? And fear of loss. That's probably why you're not talking. You're afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. You got to take a chance. Listen, if they're going to be that shallow and fucking abandon you because you speak your truth, I see ya. Get the fuck out my life. You don't need them. All right? Let's add on to that. Again, it's being positive, very positive. Okay? And this one, being too much again. Rejection, overexpression, and shame. Yeah, we need to get rid of that. Being too much again. Again, that's more judgment that you're placing on yourself. It's not the situation, you know what I mean? So just be aware of that. Now let's get a closing message for you, Pisces. So again, listen more. Listen to what actually is being said to you. Listen to this message. Listen to your intuition too. Again, you're very intuitive. You know this. And you need to speak up. Okay? Closing message for you, Pisces, is get the fuck out your head. Get into your heart. It misses you. Okay? And when we speak from our heart, when we speak in how we feel, everything changes. And I think that's really the key for you. You know what I mean? And then your outlook on the world and other people totally change, because what you had going on in here isn't the reality out there. You know what I'm saying? So again, trust your intuition. This weekend you got this, and open up to the possibilities. With the 2 world cards here, that's the world is your oyster, really, Pisces. You just have to believe that. All right? So let's take you off the board. And that is going to do it for this weekend tarot reading, the freaking weekend tarot reading. So thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to check out the Sagittarius Blue Moon that we did Thursday. We go extensively over this. We go over more about how this is affecting your sign. And we also do a guided meditation to really help you, okay? And join me Sunday, if you will, for Tea and Tarot. That's always fun. Always fun. Last Sunday was kind of a weird vibe, but it was just because it was a shitty weekend and everybody had all kinds of things to do. All right, so everybody, thank you so much for watching the freaking weekend. Don't forget to watch your midweek reset. That's where we talk more extensively about all this energy that's going on for the current week. So check that out. And everything I offer here on Raise Your Vibration TV. Don't forget to download your Sagittarius Full Moon Guide. That's free. So the link is in my link tree. And the link is also in the video here. All right. So everybody have a great, safe weekend. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.